Okay. Well, dear students, so far we have discussed this structural isomerism, and we have concluded all the structural isomers, including tautomerism, which is a very special kind of isomerism. Now, the next is stereoisomers. So, and now onwards, next few clips, we will discuss stereoisomers, and through assignment, you will get more questions for practice. Whatever book or material you have, now you can do your problems is based on structural isomers and structural isomerism. And after completion of this stereo, you are able to do all those problems. So, as you know, the stereoisomers have the same connectivity as we have discussed earlier. So, now we are going to deal with the 3D structure of the molecules. So, stereoisomerism or stereoisomers is related to 3D structure of molecules. So, stereoisomerism is something related to the 3D spatial arrangement of atoms. So whatever isomerism we are going to discuss here, all involves this important point: three-dimensional arrangement, spatial arrangement of atoms. So stereoisomers are further classified into groups, two main groups. First is conformational, and second one are configurational, right? So what is the difference between these two? So I'm going to give you very precise difference. Conformational isomers or conformers always represents a single molecule. Remember, single molecule. But configurational isomers represents or involves more than one molecule, right? So conformational isomers are conformers what single molecule, involves a single molecule, and it involves the different posture of a single molecule. Suppose that if you consider yourself, right? You have many postures for sitting. You have many postures. You can sit many ways, and all those possible ways in which you are sitting, at chair or on the table or in the bed, whatever the position. So every posture, a slight change in your posture means you are representing a different conformation. And remember one more thing, like we are doing yoga and exercise. So in exercise, whatever you are doing, all the postures represents your conformational structure. But you are the single molecule. Remember this point. So conformers, different conformers, which are we are drawing here, we are representing here, all represents a single molecule. But what configurational isomers? Configurational isomers definitely represents more than one molecule. Remember, configurational and conformers main difference. See, if a single molecule is there, so they cannot be separated or isolated. So you can say non-separable. They are non-separable. They are non-separable. Means you cannot separate any conformer by using simple chemical method or by applying any method. But here they are separable. They are separable. Means what? Whatever the number of configurational isomers you have, you can separate all those isomers in a different situation, and you can study separately their physical and chemical properties, right? So conformational isomers, they are non-separable, right? See what other features conformational isomers have. Conformational isomers are interconvertible. They are interconvertible. Interconvertible via rotation of rotation of sigma bond, that is the 3D spatial arrangement of atoms in a acyclic molecule, in a acyclic molecule are interconvertible merely by free rotation about bond. Remember, the 3D spatial arrangement of atoms in an acyclic molecule are interconvertible merely by the free rotation. So the important word is here free rotation. Free rotation of any bond changes the spatial arrangement of atoms. Consequently, the properties of molecule changes, right? And here, in configurational isomers, they are non-interchangeable, non-interchangeable via rotation of bond. Remember, you cannot interchange one isomer into other through the rotation of any bond. So how can you change how can you convert one isomer to other? How to convert one isomer to other. How to convert? So the answer is through breaking and formation of bond, right? So whenever you want to change one configurational isomer into other configurational isomer, you have to break and form the bond. Unless you are not breaking and forming a bond, you cannot interconvert one configurational isomer into other. Configurational isomers are further classified into two groups, and I will discuss that in the coming clips. So now I am focusing here conformational isomers. See, 3D representation of molecule. So for expressing the 3D, because here we are dealing in which how many D? We are dealing here on paper or on board in 2D. So it is utmost requirement that how to represent a 3D structure of a molecule in 2D. So for that, in the past, our ancestors have tried and devised some theoretical concepts. And by using those concepts, you can express or you can represent any 3D structure in a 2D form. Means you can express the 3D molecules on paper. So before going into detail of the conformation, you should know how those structures are interconverted into each other and how they are made, right? So I'm taking here the simplest structure of methane. All of you are knowing that this is the structure of methane, tetrahedral structure, 109 degree 28 minute. So this is a simple representation. In 3D, we can represent one representation we are using like this. So this is a more clear picture, and in this case, the carbon-hydrogen bond, which is shown with dash wedge, it is going below the plane of the paper. And the solid wedge, which is shown here, this is a wedge, solid wedge. So this is above. So this form, this is called solid wedge, and it represents group or atom above the plane of paper, and this dash wedge represents the atom below the plane of paper, right? And what about these two? These two on the plane of paper. So this is the way of representation of this tetrahedra molecule. Similarly, if you take ethane, so C2H6, at some place you will find this structure of this at many places in the books or in the representation. So One more representation we can draw for this. C H H H. What is the precaution here you have to take? You have to put these two bonds adjacent like this and these two adjacent like this. Don't put like this, that this here and here and here like this. Don't put this type of structure because it is not in practice. So always try to these two adjacent and these two adjacent in this representation. So although there is no problem, because you know in this structure all the groups are adjacent to each other. There is no problem. But we always in 2D we represent like this only. So this structure, this kind of presentation are not used here. So if you use this, you may get the different results or different answer in somewhere in the notations, theoretical notations. Experimentally, no problem. But theoretically, there are certain notations, there are certain designations are devised. So in that case, you may get the different answer, right? So this is the representation of ethane molecule, 3D representation. So this 3D representation, one more formula you can write for this ethane molecule. This formula is known as Fischer projection formula. This formula is known as Fischer projection formula. This is carbon, and rest are hydrogen. So this is called Fischer projection formula. Projection formula. Right? So a single molecule you can express in a different ways. Similarly, one more formula, one more representation for this molecule we can use, that is called Sawhorse formula. What is Sawhorse? So Sawhorse representation, if we draw the Sawhorse formula of this, we can, and these three bonds should place at 120 degree from each other. So this is 120 degree representation. This is carbon. This is also carbon, and this is. So this representation is called Sawhorse formula. So I would like to represent some with different colors, see H and H here, and this H with this color, and this H with this color, and this is blue color. So this is one of the representation. Similarly, now see, this is 120 degree, this is 120, this is 120. So this is 120, 120, 120 planar structure. Now one more formula you can draw for this. Suppose that this is carbon number 1 and this is carbon number 2. You can put this 1 here and 2 here, no problem. And you are observing this molecule from here. You are observing observation point is this. So the front carbon, you put that carbon bond in a straight line at 180 degree from your eye. So the front carbon, which is carbon number 1, and you have to show this 120 degree bond angle. So you can draw like this. And when you put the molecule with carbon-carbon bond in front of your eye, you cannot visualize the carbon-carbon bond. So we cannot draw here the carbon-carbon bond, but hydrogen's H is this, and this H is this, and this H is this, right? Now, the backside carbon, when you put the molecule in front of you, the backside carbon is represented with a circle. And that also has three hydrogens with the 120 degree from each other. So you can draw that form. See, H and H are close to each other. So that H here and this H and this H will come close to each other. So this H will come here, and this H and this H, this H and this H come close each other. So this. So this is called, this is the equivalent structure of this, right? These two are equivalent structure. So this representation, this is carbon number 1 and this is carbon number 2, which is represented with a circle. This is called carbon number 2. So the front carbon with the dot with 3 bonds at 120 degree, and rear carbon or back carbon with the circle with 3 bonds at 120 degree. This structure, this formula is called Newman projection formula. What? Newman projection formula. So you have 3D dash wedge structure, 3D structure, you have Fisher projection formula, you have Sawhorse formula, you have Newman projection formula. This is Sawhorse, this is Newman, right? Now you can change the structure by 60 degree rotation of back carbon of carbon number 2, not carbon number 1, this is carbon number 2. So if you rotate clockwise, right? You are free, you can rotate anywhere. So what you are getting, the carbon number 1 is remains intact as it is. This hydrogen is here, and this hydrogen is here, this hydrogen is here. And we have rotated back carbon, carbon number 2 with 60 degree. So from here to here it is 120, so 60 degree will come in the half of this. So the bonds will projected like this, right? And this hydrogen will come here, pink color hydrogen, black color hydrogen is here, and blue color hydrogen is here. So this is also a Newman projection formula. So see, the conformers are, see the definition of conformers, the 3D spatial arrangement of atoms in a acyclic molecule are interconvertible by free rotation of bond. So in this structure, in Newman projection formula, you can very easily visualize the atoms, 3D spatial arrangement of atoms and interconversion and rotation of bond. means the change in the position, 3D arrangement, spatial arrangement of atoms via the rotation of carbon-carbon bond or any key bond can easily visualize in the Newman projection formula. This is the reason why the Newman projection formula is very much popular for conformers. So the study of conformers, basically, we always try to do in Newman projection formula, right? So first, I'm giving you some more molecules for drawing the Newman projection formula. And Newman and Sauhers both are equivalent structure, right? Both are equivalent, both are 2D representation. So suppose that we have a molecule CH2, X and Y. Suppose that we have taken two different items. CH2, Y. This is carbon number 1 and this is carbon number 2. Right? So, now you can draw the Sauhers formula and Newman projection formula for this. First you have to draw Sauhers formula, 120 degree and this is also 120 degree. Why I have circled these X and Y? Because I am considering these groups are the reference. Hydrogen, I'm not going to take the reference, right? So X is here and Y is here. Suppose that Y is here. So X and Y, now if you observe this structure, X and Y are going opposite sides. And you can say, if you make an imaginary structure that you cut this carbon and put overlap here, then X and Y are going opposite to each other, right? Similarly, these two hydrogens, this hydrogen and this hydrogen, if you imagine and put this carbon over exactly this carbon, then both the hydrogen is going away from each other. So X and Y are going away from each other. Both H, which is written with the blue color, that is also going opposite to each other. Similarly, this black color hydrogen and black color hydrogen, these two, if you imagine, to put this carbon over this, then you get this H and this H are going opposite to each other. So this is one of the representation of this molecule. So now you can observe this molecule from here. This is the point of observation. So this is carbon number 1 and this is carbon number 2. You can view this molecule from this side, but the only condition, you cannot view from here or from here or from here. You should view this molecule so that this carbon-carbon bond will come in the line of your eyesight, right? So this should be in line, carbon-carbon bond. So here we are going to draw the Newman projection formula by considering this carbon number 1 and 2. Rest this X may be another carbon, Y may be the other carbon. So if you change your sighting view, then the structure will be changed. So I am citing this molecule from here. So this is front carbon. So this you can write H and this H here, and this is X and this is Y, Y, and this is H, black, so this is H. So if you see the angle between this substituent and this substituent, right? This angle, this is if theta, so this angle is known as dihedral angle. Which angle? Dihedral angle, or angle of torsion, torsion, right? In open chain structure, you can visualize this like this. This is X, this is Y. So if you make a plane like this and plane like this, so the dihedral angle, this is C1, this is C2. So the dihedral angle or angle of torsion is this. So in this way, you can say, okay, this is the dihedral angle. So what is the dihedral angle here in this structure? You can say angle between the plane X C1 C2 to the C1 C2 Y. Between these two planes is called dihedral angle or angle of torsion. Torsion angle. See, so if you consider this structure, Newman structure of this molecule, so this is Newman structure, Newman formula or structure of this molecule. Similarly, we can do more practice to draw the Newman projection formula. Suppose that it is given to you H2O2 and it is asked, okay, draw the Newman projection formula for H2O2, right? So how to draw the Newman projection formula for H2O2? See, this is O, and you have like here you have three substituents, but here you have one substituent with this. So one substituent, suppose that hydrogen is this, so you can consider two lone pairs, lone pair and lone pair, right? And hydrogen here, lone pair, lone pair. You can observe this molecule from here. So draw the structure, oxygen, this hydrogen and lone pair. 120 degree, remember, 120 degree. Backside oxygen, this represented by this circle, this hydrogen and two lone pairs. So this is one of the conformer of H2O2, right? Suppose that it is given to draw the Newman structure of this molecule, C double bond C H H. So this is already a planar structure, or we can take CS3 and CS3, right? So it is already a planar structure. Suppose that this is carbon number 1 and this is carbon number 2. We are observing from here. So what you have to do? This is carbon and 120 degree. This is 120 degree. So you have to draw this portion only. Since we do not have a third one, neither lone pair, nothing is there. So you have to put this part only, CS3 and H. Now, this portion, carbon number 2, is represented like this, and the CS3 and H. So you can express CS3 and H, 120 degree, CS3 and H. And here this is 120 degree. 120 degree. So in this way, you can draw the Newman projection formula for different molecules. The only criteria that this is 2D structure, and in 2D structure, you have to maintain 120 degree bond angle for the substituents. So in this way, you can try the Newman projection formula for different molecules. So now come to the nomenclature of different conformers, right? And nomenclature of different conformers. So we will discuss this in the next clip.